Hey everyone, I'm David Caraccio with the Black Sheep team at Hunt Real Estate. I'm just walking past Snowtop, heading back to the office right now. It's a beautiful day. Actually, today, if you're in the area of FM, we get hit pretty hard around lunch, but then it ended up clearing up. You can see nothing but blue skies. A couple dark clouds over there, but honestly, it came out pretty well. I want to take a minute to talk about a couple local events here in Manlius that are happening in the course of next week, actually this week, Thursday and Friday, as well as something we have going on for our seminar next week, actually 2 weeks from now, 2 Saturdays from now. But also same time, talk about some market updates. We did a post a couple of the days ago and we got a lot of questions about it. And I just want to go over some of the market stats while I'm just taking this nice little stroll coming down Manlius. And I want to get out of the office as much as possible too. I get cooped up in front of the computer, working in front of a client all day long. A lot of Zoom calls, a lot of driving around, seeing clients in person, but I don't really get time to actually get out, stretch my legs a little bit, and get some fresh air. So as we pass by Chase Bank here, we're going to go over a couple market stats. The average sales price is actually one of the questions. A lot of my clients have been asking me, both who are trying to buy a house, sell a house, or just kind of dabbling their toes in the next chapter of their life. They ask me, Dave, what should I do right now? I heard the market's hot, obviously for sellers, and I heard there's multiple offer situations going on right now. Like, should this be a good time for me to purchase, or what should I do? Well, it really depends. And I've used this analogy forever, and I feel like this is actually even more apparent now than it has ever been before. 2016, 2017, 2018, people were always telling me, Dave, we're gonna have a market crash, market correction, we're on a bubble, this is the highest time in the market. In 2021, we blew those numbers out of the water. So if you bought a house in 2016, like myself, if you bought a house in 2019, like myself, or anything in between, you have seen the fruits of your labor. So what I say, don't try to time the market. You're always gonna have, it's a beautiful day to be on a motorcycle right now, I'm jealous. But don't try to time the market. If you try to time market, you're gonna, especially for real estate's not a short-term game. It's a long-term investment. Whether it's an investment property like a buy and hold, or it's an investment for you and your family, and you're buying it as a place you're gonna live. So I always say, treat it like an elevator. Right now we're at the 10th floor. We can go up, we can go down. But we know this elevator is always gonna go up. There's no long-term down on this elevator. So if you're financially ready to buy a house, we're on the 10th floor, go buy a house. If you're not, that's perfectly fine too. I'm gonna wave at the PD here. Hey. She looks at me like, what are you doing right now? In San Antonio, people carry around cameras all day long, and this is no big deal. But I feel like in Manlius, especially this small little town here, people are like, what are you doing with this big old rig? You can't see what you look like on the camera, but it's huge. But it's an elevator. So if you get on the 10th floor, you're gonna ride it up and down. But hopefully, in 5-10 years from now, you're on the 15th floor. And if you go to sell, you get off the 15th floor, cross the hallway, and get on another elevator. Still on the 15th floor. Now if you sell your house and wait a couple years to buy another one, the elevator might be on the 13th floor, it might be on the 17th floor. If it's on the 17th floor, then you're climbing some stairs. So, it's a gamble. I say when you're financially ready, go and buy the house. If you're not, wait. That's my financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I've seen work really well for a lot of my clients is when they know they can afford the full mortgage payments, they purchase a home. Market stats. So year over year, the average sales price of the homes is up 4.4% in Manlius. It's a 4% return. Right now we're sitting at $326,000 for the average home sale of the house. This is based off of last month of June. The wind is really windy right now. For the actual homes on the market, homes for sale, we're down, and this is the biggest thing. We're down 36%. That's a lot. Normally, we're sitting about 60 homes, 60 to 80 homes. But over the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen this downtrend, and COVID has really hit it harder, where we're down a lot, like a lot. So we're down to 47 homes for the Manlius proper area with the zip code. That's not a lot, but the good thing is we actually see a lot more homes coming on the market just in the last month, and we'll go over that here in a second. Well, no, we won't go over it in a second. That's my end piece for that. It's interesting to see. Well, actually, yeah, we will. What I want to go over is the inventory that we actually have and explain the inventory. The closed sales for the last month, we had 292 homes sell for June of 2021, and that is actually up 36%, which is huge. So we're talking about downward pressure of the lack of homes, but upward pressure of the amount of homes being sold. We're up 36%, but we're also down 36% in terms of the inventory. So houses are coming on the market, they're just not staying long. And that's what I want to get to next. The big piece. Whenever you talk about market trends for real estate, you talk about supply and demand. And in real estate, we talk about months of inventory. And what that means is, as an entire community, if we stop listing houses and putting houses on the market, how long will it take us to run out of homes? In a normal market, you want 5 to 6 months for a stable market. In a buyer's market, it'll be higher than that, so 7+ months. We've been sitting in the 1 month territory for months now. Actually, the big announcement for this month, for June, is that we finally hit 2 months of inventory on the market. That's huge. That's the first time since November 2020. And we've been on this downward trend for such a long time, and we're finally getting enough houses on the market to push us back up to 2 months of inventory. So that's a huge accomplishment for our market. That's getting to a healthy market. These 15 offers, 20 offers, waiving home inspections, waiving, giving the first kid's name to somebody else, that just needs to stop. And I don't think that's a healthy market for anybody, for a seller or a buyer. That just needs to stop and even out, which is what we're seeing now. So the average for the last 5 years, I looked online for Manlius specifically, has been 5 months, which is right in that healthy market. But I think with everything leading up to COVID, economy was going pretty strong. A lot of people were getting promotions and people were moving out of the city as it was. And then you have something like COVID hits, where people are no longer traveling to go on vacation or traveling to do the things like the hobbies on the weekends. So they find out that, well, at least what I see, is that a lot of people decided to put their money into their house. They're okay with, everyone used to always say don't be house poor. But people started being okay with being house poor. They want the house with the pool, they want an extra space for their family to come in, they wanted more space to stay away from their family. There's a lot of different reasons why people started buying bigger homes, compared to what I usually heard was, I don't want to be house poor. That's actually a term I haven't heard in over a year now from my clients. I think now it's starting to become a little bit more apparent that things are opening up. I don't want to be house poor. I want to still be able to enjoy my weekends, go out and about. But for the longest time there, people were just like, give me the house. Like, I need the space. I got kids that are now going to school at our house, so I need to have a home office, which was never apparent from before. So it's all these like downward pressures on the market. Now I want to cover a couple things too. Events coming up. As you're driving through this little triad where Highbridge merges, they have the movies in the park, which is actually pretty cool, right behind Swamp Pond. But we also have the 22nd, there's the farmer's market. This is in Fayetteville. I know we're talking about Manlius today, but hey, Fayetteville's right there. So there's a farmer's market from 1 to 7 tomorrow. That's 22nd of July. There's also 23rd of July. There's 2 different events going on. You have one, there's a food truck event that's going to be over as well in the town center of Fayetteville. And then in Manlius, keeping up with the Manliness trends here, they have a Shakespeare in the Park. This is actually just an hour long. It's from 7 to 8 p.m. also on the 23rd of July. They're doing like a little comic take of it, so there's a little preview of the Shakespeare play coming up pretty soon. And then of course, August 7th, let me run back around the building here. August 7th, we're gonna be having our seminar, first time home buyer seminar. It is every first Saturday of the month, but since the weather's looking nice, we might do a little barbecue at the end too. So normally we bring in some good food and drinks, but this time I think I'm gonna bring my smoker to the office and check it out that way. But that's all I have, guys. I just wanted to show you guys some of the market trends for Manlius specifically. This is our hub. This is where we mainly work. Manlius, Fayetteville, Casanova, these are our backyards. I personally live right on the border of Cas and Manlius. But this is an area that we know very well. We got an open house coming up this Sunday. We have listings coming up, specifically around Cary Circle and other places around here too. The open house is going to be right off of Memory Lane, so pretty close to our office, not even a mile away. We just sold a house in that neighborhood too, for $273, or $273 is what we listed it for. Sold for $277. within a week. So the days on market, you know, we're sitting about, for Manlius, about 6 days is the median. And you can go average days, about 23 days on the market. But honestly, there's a lot of new construction in FM, and for Manlius, it skews the average days, because those new construction ones will be on the market for 3 or 4 years before they sell all their lots. They just reuse the same tab over and over. So that's all I have for right now. Here's our sign. If you haven't seen our office, it's pretty easy to spot. There's our first time home buyer seminar every first Saturday of the month. But like I said, I think this time we're gonna have a little barbecue sesh, bring some Texas up here in New York. So I'm gonna come in here. I know the cleaning crew is working right now, but I hope you enjoy your evening, and I'll see you on the next video.